The following podcast contains adult themes, sexual content, and strong language. Basically, all the good stuff.
Jamie, why are we here?
We're here because my dad's written a porno.
Your dad's written a porno.
Erotic literature.
Why? Previously on My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Belinda was completely naked and Peter was completely dressed. We must look completely stupid, Peter exclaimed. He grabbed her cervix. We just had good old-fashioned sex. It's what we both wanted. And when you get what you want, you feel great.
Simple as.
I'm loving it. This is Belinda's mantra. Hello and welcome to yet another instalment of My Dad Wrote a Porno. I'm here with Alice.
Hello.
Hello, and James.
Hi.
How are you both doing?
Good. Thank God we're here, because if we weren't here, you'd just be in a room on your own reading your dad's fantasies.
And there's nothing wrong with that, James.
Whatever passes an evening.
Indeed. So last week we had Belinda and Peter getting down and dirty in a hotel room for once, thank God.
And once again, lest we forget, it was the second time that day they'd had a little sesh.
They're obsessed with each other.
So we're on the third to last chapter.
I honestly can't believe that.
Third to last is such a thing Rocky would say. We're on the third to penultimate chapter.
Doesn't make it any less mournful though, does it? Because it is all about to be over, which I'm quite weirdly upset about, despite it being my dad's porn, so I should be grateful that it's about to be over, but I'm not.
Well, that's exactly why we couldn't just limit ourselves to one podcast a week. So I don't know if you've noticed, we've introduced the footnotes, which come midweek, so that Porno Day doesn't seem so far away. And that's just bits that we couldn't fit into the show, stuff that we think that you would like to know.
Yeah, a little bit more about Rocky, about his mind, his process.
People want more porn. People just cannot get enough, so let's give it to them. Let's give the public what they want.
And I want to be that provider. I don't know about you two, but that's what I want my heritage to be.
Yeah, epitaph.
You know, when you look how your life's going to turn out, this is not what I saw for myself.
This is what I saw for you. That's weird.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly not what I saw for myself.
So what is chapter 12 called?
Chapter 12 is called The Night Receptionist.
The youngish man.
The youngish man
youngish
is
man.
about to make a reappearance.
Let's crack on.
Shall we? My goodness. Okay, so Belinda blinked, chapter 12, The Night Receptionist. Belinda put on her riding jacket, jodhpurs and leather boots, sat down in the corner chair and slowly sipped the rest of her unfinished brandy. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, there was a knock on the door.
Who's this? What time is it? It's like 2 a.m.
Room service, madam. Come in, please. Did she order room service?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's one of those.
Oh.
It's like when people go, police, and then they've got a ghetto blaster and they're wearing like leather chaps and they're like, yeah.
You're talking from personal experience there.
I heard a friend say it once.
Come in, please. The youngish man on reception entered the room with a trolley on which sat the ice bucket with a full bottle of Chilean Chardonnay.
Is this
Her
her
favourite.
third bottle of the night, I think?
Yeah. Has she ordered this? I can't quite remember.
No, I don't think so. We'll find out.
I love that the youngish man...
We probably won't find out, Alice. It's
Oh,
a very
true.
important plot point.
We'll think about it forever.
I love that the youngish man still hasn't got a name. Do you think we'll ever know his name?
And also it just said the youngish man on reception. Well, he can't be the youngish man on reception when he's not on reception. Then he's just the youngish man.
The youngish man on reception...
To give him his full title.
The youngish man on reception entered the room with a trolley on which sat the ice bucket filled with a bottle of Chilean Chardonnay. Beside it sat 2 rounds of what looked like turkey sandwiches. How festive.
So specific about the meat as well. Why wasn't it chicken? So specific that it's turkey.
My dad loves turkey.
Does he?
It's like his favourite meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a traditional middle of the night snack, though, is it? A turkey sandwich?
Unless it's December the 26th. I can't think of another time I've ever raided the fridge for that.
Beside it sat 2 rounds of what looked like turkey sandwiches. One of Belinda's many favourite late night snacks.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You see,
James.
you haven't lived.
Like Belinda, like Rocky.
My sincere apologies for the lateness of the hour, but the ice machine started to play up, madam. Yes, she did order it. And do you remember he said, I'll do it, I
I
have
need
to get more
replenish
ice.
the ice, yeah.
Yeah.
But how long ago was that?
Probably about 5 hours ago.
Efficiency.
Someone's not getting a tip.
Oh, I think he's about to get a huge tip.
Let's not beat around the bush. They're definitely going to have sex, right?
I mean, he'll be beating around the bush.
Oh,
But
lovely.
Alice looked at me as if a little part of her inside just died.
I look at you that way every week.
This is true. I like to think that you're not looking at me so much as Rocky through me.
100%. Think of me as every person listening to this.
My sincere apologies for the lateness of the hour, but the ice machine started to play up, madam. I'm sure it did, young man. Don't apologise. Your timing is appropriate.
Oh, God.
And I hope it's not the first time tonight it will be so.
Is she going to go to bed?
Does she mean like as in don't be too quick?
Yeah, I think that's like his...
Well, to be fair, Peter Rouse, she's clearly getting the disclaimer in early.
It took about 30 seconds for the receptionist to understand Belinda's remark, and he burst into a wide grin.
Another lol from Belinda there.
Is that hilarious?
I don't get any of her joke.
I understand, madam. Thank you. With that, he shut the door, walked over to Belinda, and kissed her on the lips.
Oh, my.
The lips? That's quite sensual.
That comment that she made, if you hadn't have known that she'd been like shagging Peter all night, was quite cryptic. So for him to like burst into a smile, as is the phrase, he's reading a lot into that. That's quite a forward move to just go in and kiss her.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
From such a youngish man.
Can we do a quick tally? I'd really be interested to know how many people Belinda has slept with today.
Oh, good. Today or throughout the book?
No, today.
Today. Okay.
Just today.
Okay, well, it all started...
Alphonse was the first one, I think.
Yeah.
In the maze.
That's true. Alice, you have raised your hand.
Oh, no, I'm tallying. That's my one.
Oh,
For
okay.
Alphonse.
So Alphonse, then it was Mr. Jim Sterling, the vole, who can forget him.
Never be forgotten.
And then it was Peter.
Rouse, if you will.
Peter, yeah.
Correct. Then it
missed
was
someone?
the Duchess.
No.
Oh, the Duchess, yeah.
Duchess.
And then it was Peter again.
Okay, so...
And again. And again. Yeah.
Jeez, sorry, again, orgasming because it's so exciting.
So 4.
Do you know what? We've been tarring her with a brush
4 in a day,
4 in
Jamie.
a day, Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying across a lifetime that's, promiscuous, but in a night.
And now she's about to hit 5.
Well, we don't know that.
And
They
she
might just be
orgasmed
kissing.
about 100 times with the Duchess.
So 4.
4 actual human beings.
And to be fair, it seems like Peter Rouse is becoming like a life mate. So it's almost monogamy with him.
Apart from his pesky wife.
Oh, true.
Pesky wife. How dare she marry him 15 years ago and not anticipate that he'd shag Belinda in some kind of inn? So the receptionist boy would be number 5, or is about to be number 5, we think.
I think so. And can you please refer to him by his proper title, the youngish man from reception?
My apologies.
Belinda took his head in her left hand and returned the kiss with similar vigour.
Took the head. It's almost like the
Like
the
a
head's on
baby.
its side. Like took the head off the shoulders.
With vigour.
Similar vigour.
Similar vigor.
Similar vigour.
Comparable vigor.
Slam your body down and similar vigour.
I might call my firstborn Similar Vigor.
Similar vigour.
Similar Vigor Levine. Brilliant
Oh my
name.
God, I love it. He put his hands around her waist and pulled her body into his. She could feel his cock throbbing with excitement as they drew closer.
What? How did she feel that?
Oh, because their bodies are so close to each other.
Like a heart pounding?
Yeah.
Thudum,
Oh,
thudum.
God.
Within the groinal area.
Gross.
Throbbing with excitement, though, you're right. Sounds like it's like wriggling around. Like if you trapped a cat in a bag. It doesn't. It doesn't sound like it's just going like ooh, ooh. It sounds like it's going like ooh, ooh. Like it's wriggling all over. Like ooh, where's that gone?
Like when you put like a stick behind a towel and do that like magic trick.
Yes. She could feel his cock throbbing with excitement as they drew closer, but she did feel a tad hungry after the 2 hours with Peter.
Well, those turkey sandwiches just sitting there waiting.
Slowly, she let him go and said, "It would be a pity to waste such a good wine and these wonderful sandwiches."
Are you joking?
Well, that's a mood killer.
What a gutting rejection. Like, I can feel the excitement of your pounding cock, but also, is that a club sandwich? Shall we just...
It's like got cranberry sauce in it. Lovely.
It would be a pity to waste such a good wine and these wonderful sandwiches. Have you eaten tonight?
This Such a Nana response. Like, literally, like, oh, we better take those home, package that up, we'll have that as a picnic.
There's a lovely spread. The buffet.
What a wonderful, wonderful selection.
There was cheese, there was sandwiches, turkey, touch of trifle. It was lovely.
Is that an impression of your grandma?
That is what my nana said all the time, yeah.
Hi, Nana.
Can we use a pen name for my grandma, please?
Is there a Flintstone grandma? Let me just Google one sec.
Actually,
Isn't there? There is like an irate
didn't
woman who's
Elizabeth
like-
Taylor play her in the movie?
Yeah, who hates Fred?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Fat Wilma.
What's her name?
I couldn't have hoped for better. Okay.
Oh, God.
What is
So,
Nana, I apologise in advance.
okay. Pearl Pebbles Slag Hoople.
Who's that?
That is the mother of Wilma and mother-in-law of Fred.
For real?
For real.
Sorry, say that again.
So Pearl Pebbles Slag Hoople.
Slag Hoople.
That sounds
That
like
sounds
something
like someone
Rocky
from Belinda Blink.
It's unknown if Slag Hoople is Pearl's name from a second marriage.
Is this on the Flintstones wiki?
This is, yeah. So
That is
Pearl.
amazing.
So
Nana Pearl.
Pearl Pebble Slag Hoople.
Pearl loves a good buffet.
And does she love a good turkey sandwich?
Oh, she loves it.
I like it when we discover maybe where the sources of things come
Yeah.
from. So that's good.
It would be a pity to waste such a good wine and these wonderful sandwiches. Have you eaten tonight? In actual fact, I haven't, he replied. I tend to satisfy my sexual appetite first and then eat.
What? At work?
Subtle.
What a lad.
At work.
Has he just been masturbating himself in the back room?
Well, in that case, I think we'll break the rules just a little, here and now.
What, as in eat first, shag later?
Yeah.
Isn't it the same as going for a swim? Aren't you supposed to leave 2 hours?
What, is someone going to vomit once they start? Oh, God.
Too vigorous in his thrusting.
I'm pretty sure you should leave a window, but I think she always throws caution to the wind. So
And it's so unlike Belinda to be putting off sex.
I
in any way.
know.
Maybe she
She's-
doesn't like him.
What, and she hopes that they'll just eat and go into a bit of a food coma.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, do you know what? Let's have sex in the morning. Be like, oh, but I'm off work in the morning. She's like, oh, sorry.
She gleefully shagged Jim Sterling. I don't think she cares what they're like.
Gleefully.
Belinda reached over and took a sandwich. At the same time, she unbuttoned the only single button of her riding jacket. Multitasking again.
Brilliant.
And double use of button. Again.
Her breasts once again fell out
Fell
great.
out.
and stayed on show while she finished the sandwich. I imagine her
We'll
licking her
stay here.
fingers.
Where would they go?
The youngish man took one as well and poured them both a glass of wine.
That's nice. Gentlemanly for such a young chap.
He sat on the edge of the bed and announced, "You can't beat the high life."
Doesn't get better than this.
Glass ceiling.
Oh, jeez. A glass of wine and a 3-day-old turkey sandwich in the shittest hotel in England.
Dream big.
You can't beat the high life. Belinda laughed and toasted him with her half-empty glass.
He's just poured them a glass.
She's necking it.
Oh, right, fair dues.
One sandwich was enough for Belinda, and she removed the riding jacket. She watched the instantaneous response in the youngish man's trousers.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Squirrel in a haystack or whatever it was before.
Squirrel in a haystack. That's as bad as in and out as like a dormouse.
Where are all these rodents coming from?
I blame Jim Sterling.
Oh, quite.
It started with the
It
bowl.
did start then, and
It
it's
did.
just been a deluge.
She watched the instantaneous response in the youngish man's trousers and asked him to remove them. He obliged.
Could you remove those, please? Because I've just seen an instantaneous reaction in your pants. So
There's something crawling around in there. I need to get. I
We
to see what
need
it
to
is.
see what it is.
I don't want to alarm you, but I think there might be some ants in your pants.
Oh, God, I hope it isn't ants.
You cannot get rid of ants once you've got them. Honestly.
Or
What,
even
from your
a-
groin?
No, groin probably.
Have you had,
but
have you
in
had
your-
groin ants?
just kitchen, but do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they're there as well.
Oh, Christ.
No, I mean, I hope it isn't ants, as in a small willy again, because Belinda can't handle that.
That's not code for a small willy.
Ants.
Ant. What? Do people go? It's got ants. Never heard that. It's got ants.
He's got ants.
Do you know Mark? It's got ants.
He's got an ant.
He's got what? You know, like a tiny penis.
It's got ants.
Is that what you thought ants in the pants meant? Like a teeny willy.
It's
A
just
gathering of tiny penises.
It's just that because this book just makes you think of inappropriate innuendo, doesn't it?
That's true.
We'll give you that.
He obliged, but also took off his shirt, pants, shoes, and socks.
Well, he might as well. If he's going to take off his trousers, he might as well get rid of everything.
Now standing naked before her, she called him over. Belinda took his erect penis and gently rubbed the cold Chardonnay onto it.
Oh, why?
She's obsessed with using alcohol as like some
Yeah.
sort of lubricant, isn't she?
James is going to worry about it stinging any minute.
No, it's fine on the penis.
Oh, is it? Okay, fine.
In fairness to the youngish man, he didn't flinch, and Belinda put his cock between her breasts.
What? Weren't they both stood up?
Is he stood on the bed?
How low are her breasts?
How tall is the youngish man?
How tall is the youngest man? How low are her breasts?
Aren't they sat, though?
No, he was naked, stood naked before her.
Yeah, so maybe she's just sat down so that her breasts would be at the right height for his penis.
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
they?
true. Maybe she's gone in that chair that she was sat in before.
Right.
That old man's
Stop
armchair.
taking Rocky's side, Jamie.
Well, someone has to. He is my dad, guys. Come on.
I don't think he takes Rocky's side. I feel like he takes Belinda's side.
I'm longing for the day that me and Belinda can be really happy together.
Wow.
In fairness to the youngish man, he didn't flinch, and Belinda put his cock between her breasts. Using her 2 hands, she squeezed both breasts together tightly and started to masturbate his penis.
For goodness sake, Rocky.
To be fair, we haven't had a titty wank yet, so it's only been a matter of time.
I don't like how you said that.
Using her 2 hands,
Wait a sec. Did she do it with similar vigour?
it doesn't specify, but I'm sure she did. She squeezed both breasts together tightly and
I like
started
that what
to...
he's done is he thinks he's invented a titty wank. So he's gone, what she did is press the breast together, sandwiching the phallus between, and then moved up and down, masturbating the man. It's like, yeah, that's fine.
Just say, gave him a titty wank.
Well, don't.
Can we all stop saying titty wank, please?
I swear it's tit wank as
Yeah,
well.
it's not titty
Why
wank.
have you made it titty?
Is this week my week to have really inappropriate things to say?
Usually it's James.
I know.
Titty wank. Titty wank.
Or tit wank, whatever. Titty wank, tit wank.
Oh, just stop saying it.
Do you think tit wank's just one tit and titties both? I'm surprised he didn't say tit wank. He loves saying tit.
He does, it's true.
I think you love saying it.
Yeah, Al, you love the word tit.
Oh my God, I love it. I wouldn't deny it. Blue tit. There's a tit. Titular. Titillation.
It only took half a minute for him to start groaning. His hands fondled her long black hair, bringing it up to the top of her head and letting it fall time after time.
What's this going? Whoop, down, whoop, down.
I really thought he was going to do a hairdo then, like a maniac. I got really excited.
Is it bad that I just want to know what his name is?
I'm not sure it's going to happen now.
I don't understand why Rocky's withholding it.
I mean, to be fair, actually, he might.
He could have just run out of names.
She might ask, actually.
Or he might just wait until the very last moment of the chapter and then get him to introduce himself as he leaves.
Of course.
That is what he normally
of
does,
course.
yeah.
Sorry.
He'll be like, okay, so bye, Belinda, said Jack.
Or, hi, Belinda, I'm Jack. Bye, as usually happens post-sex with Belinda.
It only took half a minute for him to start groaning. His hands fondled her long black hair, bringing it up to the top of her head and letting it fall time after time. However, to Belinda's surprise, he didn't ejaculate, and she guessed she'd have to work a bit harder to get the result.
Well, it's only been 30 seconds. Give the guy a chance.
I'm going to have to work harder.
Put some elbow grease into it, Belinda.
Glad I had that turkey sandwich.
For listeners, James actually did the tit wank mime there, which was really unnecessary. And really bounced on his chair. Stop doing it, put your hands down.
Awfully springy, James. Well done.
Oh my God.
Why did I do that?
How many titty wanks have you given in your time?
However, to Belinda's surprise, he didn't ejaculate, and she guessed she'd have to work a bit harder to get that result. Would you mind removing my riding boots? It enables me to pull down my jodhpurs, you see.
She keeps asking people to take her boots off. Why can't she take her boots
Well,
off?
they're not her boots, are they? So maybe she just wasn't really prepared. Maybe they're a bit tight and she hasn't bought a shoehorn. I don't know.
Lazy.
He nodded, understanding immediately, and helped pull off,
Why wouldn't you understand? Very clear.
not the sharpest tool in the box, the youngish man.
Yes, Miss Belinda.
Do you think he's Manuel?
Yeah, I started wondering if it's like Spanish, if English isn't his
Brilliant.
first language.
He nodded, understanding immediately, and helped pull them off Belinda's legs and feet. By now, Belinda had lost count of the times she had pulled on or pulled off these riding boots in the past 10 hours, but she thought they were getting more supple each time.
Who cares?
What, the boots?
Boring.
Perhaps like her own body, she mused.
She did not muse that.
She did.
That it's getting more supple.
Yes.
Like
getting more-
stretched and soft.
It's getting drier and more ragged. Isn't it?
Thing is
More
that-
like leather.
Things are going in and out far too frequently.
Oh, that's what you mean?
These cocks are really loosening up her vagina, I tell you. Ravish me, she commanded the young man.
Sorry, took me by surprise. Said the turkey sandwich.
Oh, my.
Ravish me, she commanded the youngish man, and he immediately removed her jodhpurs.
Is that how to ravish someone?
What does ravish mean in his book?
Undress, clearly. Now naked, he followed the black line of pubic hair.
Would people stop following that black line? It's going to end in disaster.
It's not the yellow brick road.
Certainly not.
It doesn't lead anywhere. Nowhere good does that pubic line lead.
Now naked, he followed the black line of pubic hair to Belinda's vaginal region.
It's been in and out of so much and grown so large, it's now described as a region.
Yeah.
It's got its own postcode.
It's a continent.
Yeah, earlier. I feel like 2 days ago it was an area.
It's like a nature reserve.
Now it's a shire.
Is it like when they make an area a conservation area? Like it starts to include more homes? It's listed.
You can't build in it without permission.
Absolutely. If you wanted to put PVC windows on that, you'd really have to check.
He got down on his knees, pushed her legs apart, and gently started probing her clitoris with his tongue. Probing? Like a Mars shuttle
Like
or
an
something.
an exploration.
Thankfully, gently.
Very gently.
Very gently.
Ever so sultry, the youngish man.
Too gently is a bit grim, though, isn't it?
Belinda once again that evening groaned softly at the foreign invasion of her pubic area.
Wow.
Oh my God, the nature reserve's just been invaded.
Oh my God.
By JCBs.
Summon the troops. Alert the cervix. There's foreign invasion.
What a weird metaphor to use for that scenario.
Foreign invasion. It's like a game of Risk.
It's like, you know when the Foreign Office put out a warning of like areas not to go to? I feel like
would
this
definitely be
area
one.
should be on there.
It's certainly a dangerous area.
Not good for tourists.
Belinda once again that evening groaned softly at the foreign invasion of her pubic area. But this time it was different, she thought. This unexpected pleasure was for her and her only.
When was the other pleasure not for her and her only?
Well, I guess he's not really doing anything.
He
is
can't buy any pots or pans, essentially.
Of course,
So
I'm
all
with
the other ones were
you.
kind of like business transactions, weren't they?
He's just there because he likes her.
Yeah.
And fancied a break in a turkey sandwich, but still, all the pleasures for her.
A perfect way to end a busy working day.
She's finally going to bed.
We're going to
God, it's the
literally
end.
close the chapter on this activity.
Also, quite the working day. I mean, geez.
Yeah, she's not even said the busiest working day of her life. That's just quite a busy day.
This is up there. It's not number one, but it's up there.
It's a perfect way to end a busy working day. No business deals, no reputations to be lost or offended. Just a plain, simple fucking session.
That's nice, isn't it?
A happy ending.
Sleep tight, everyone.
And that is the end of chapter 12.
That's nice. I feel good after that.
It was nice.
Excuse me, what?
Just having-
Of all the words, nice.
I just feel like
Do you want to take the book home, James?
it just ended like,
Let's
you
take
know,
the youngish man home.
just
The way he probes.
the way it proves that foreign invasion. No, I just mean, you know, it sounds like she's going to go to sleep after that, and the
Yeah.
day has ended.
She'll have some rest, which is important, because
Yeah.
God knows what she's got tomorrow.
Actually, what does she have tomorrow? What's the next chapter?
What is the next chapter? It's a very good question. The next chapter... Oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Now, this chapter heading alludes to the fact that this book has a plot, which obviously it doesn't, but it's called The Duchess Comes Clean.
What?
Oh, my God. Comes
hell?
clean.
No, come, C-O-M-E-S.
Okay, for you.
Comes clean. She is a man because we thought that was all a ruse.
Oh, yeah, because she was, what was it, well endowed.
Well endowed, well hung or something. No, well endowed.
She wasn't well hung, Alice.
Well, he says breast hang all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if he said well hung.
So, so the Duchess comes clean. Well, a lot of people online have been saying that they want a return of the Duchess, so I think this is going to go down well.
Yeah. I wonder what she's going to come clean about.
I can't think.
What she was doing for that half an hour while Belinda was in the horse box?
Intriguing.
It is intriguing.
So you'll have to come back next week, guys, to find out what
I'm
happens.
genuinely really just confused. Like, I really don't know where this is going to go now.
No.
Well, I feel like there's suddenly an injection of plot, or at least purpose, in the writing.
Obviously, we're getting near the end. Do you think Rocky's going to finish this book on a cliffhanger?
I didn't think he was capable of such things.
Well, he leaves
possibly.
many sentences on a cliffhanger, so why not the book?
It's the only way he knows.
That'd be great if the end of book 1 was like, oh my God, what is going to happen next? That'd be amazing.
A game
Well,
changer.
Is that like when people do trilogies for films and you kind of always feel like they've not wrapped stuff up because you're going to come back for the next installment?
Right.
Because we don't know where this is going to go, we don't know where the story's, don't call it story, is going to end up, we thought we'd love to learn more because I'm going to be bereft when this is over.
I know.
So what we thought we'd do as a kind of treat for us, but a treat for all of you guys as well, is Christmas Day have a very, very special edition of My Dad Wrote a Porno. We want your questions for Rocky.
I feel like looking online, people have a lot of things they want to ask him.
I certainly need answers.
So yeah, we're going to put some of the probing questions of this series to him in a special edition.
So anything that you want to ask about the book, about Rocky, about the characters, maybe about book 2, maybe about his other writing projects, anything, basically.
Why the hell he wanted to write this in the first place?
I think it's a very good question and one to start with.
Certainly one that I want to know the answer to.
Will he stop? I think is another good question. All you need to do is send your questions either to our Twitter.
At Dad Wrote a Porno.
You can send them to our special email address.
Oh, my dad wrote a porno at gmail.com, no expense spared.
Notice I don't know any of these addresses, so I just lead into James. Or on Facebook.
Which is just My Dad Wrote a Porno. Just search that.
Nice and simple.
Really simple.
Or just ring Rocky direct. 0798, joking. How great would that be, though?
69, the shape of a naked lady.
Or you could record an Insta video asking your question.
How modern of you.
Thank you very much.
You're such a modern man.
Oh.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get some audio questions.
Yeah, just like record yourselves asking a question, then tag us into it on Instagram, which is at My Dad Wrote a. There's no porno.
It ends like one of Rocky's sentences midway through. So it's been a pleasure for Belinda, a pleasure just for her and her alone.
And thanks for listening, everybody. See you next week.
Turkey sandwiches, guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chili and Chardonnay.
I want that buffet.
Wait, guys. Sorry, if any of you are still listening, there's been a lot of talk recently. I made a mistake, hands up, and I should admit to it. I was foolish enough to suggest that Rocky was wrong, and in fact it was me who was wrong. I said that the last chapter, which was titled Sunday Night, 11:55 p.m, was factually incorrect, and I thought it was actually Saturday night. It was Sunday night. I feel a fool, and I can only apologise to all the listeners and to Rocky. I know this is at the end of the podcast, so like the sun, I have kind of buried this on page 54, but technically this is an apology, so you can't sue me, okay?